Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Cody here, back with another logo ranking video. I'm kind of showing off in the background a little bit. I've rearranged some things and reorganized my desk, so I'm sort of showing off just some things that I put up. Trying something new out today as far as the background setup goes, so hope you enjoy. Today we're going to be taking a look at the American Association of Professional Baseball. This one comes courtesy of a comment left by Jack Vote. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but I appreciate your recommendation because this league is pretty cool. I knew nothing about it until you mentioned it. This is a Major League Partner League. Basically what that means is that this league doesn't have direct Major League Baseball affiliation, but it's partnered with Major League Baseball in order to kind of like promote the sport. It certainly is a professional baseball league, just lacking any Major League Baseball direct affiliation. There's 12 teams in this league. They're all pretty good as far as logos go, but there's some that really stand out. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it today, starting with number 12. And for that, I've got the Sioux City Explorers. Not the worst by a long stretch. I just feel like this logo is really text heavy with Sioux City and Explorers there at the bottom. You've got this big X going through, which is kind of like the main element of the logo. It kind of seems like this team is named the Sioux City X's. And I get it that there's like an X in Sioux and an X in Explorers, so it's like an uncommon letter that kind of stands out. And so they're really just going with that X. Maybe it's the team nickname, they just call them the X's, shortened from the Explorers. I don't really know, but that's really all that it is, just a big X with a baseball flying through it. I do like that black trim on the X. I think the colors look really nice here and they work well together, but overall just kind of like an uninteresting, uninspired, not very exciting logo. Next up, I've got the Cleburne Railroaders. Not Rail Riders, I keep wanting to say Rail Riders, but they're the Cleburne Railroaders. Quite a bit going on in this logo. You've got the established dates on either side of our baseball round element. If you've been watching my channel for a little while, I've talked about how I really don't like it when teams have the established date in their logo. I just don't think it's necessary. There's a kind of railroad track in the shape of a C going around the panhandle of Texas, and I think that's supposed to be a C for Cleburne. On the end of that C there, you've got kind of like a railroad spike with a big star to show where Cleburne, Texas actually is. It's just outside of Fort Worth, basically. It's kind of a small little detail, so it's sort of hard to see at first. But I love the baseball in the background behind the state of Texas. The stitching is actually railroad tracks, which is a pretty cool, unique touch. And I like the font too. It kind of has like this old-timey, like Western saloon sort of feel to it, which I think is pretty cool. The colors, obviously, red, white, and blue are gonna look really nice. It's really not that bad overall. Just some of those details that it has in there are just kind of too tiny, really, to see. All right, next up, we've got the Lincoln Salt Dogs. This logo isn't terribly bad either. You know, it's kind of interesting. Most logos like this where they have like team location and then the team name on the bottom will have some kind of like baseball rounded element in the background. And this doesn't. It doesn't have anything in the background at all, which is a pretty unique choice actually. It just has the rounded curve text of Lincoln and then Salt Dogs underneath it with the actual Salt Dog himself. And he's pretty cool looking. I'm really into the color on this. It looks really nice. I just don't think he's like that fierce looking. They were trying to go for something like fierce and macho and they got so close, but it's just not quite there. This isn't like super fierce or intimidating or tough. That's really the big thing keeping me from liking this logo is just the expression on the Salt Dog himself, just this kind of blah, not that strong overall of a logo. Now here's a logo that I actually do really like. This is the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. He's kind of doing this like, hey, check it out. Like, here's the logo. Here it is. Fargo Moorhead FM. With a broken bat for some reason that's not in his beak, like he's chopping through it. It's like in his neck. So he's like breaking the bat with his neck and showing off the logo. Like, hey, Fargo Moorhead. It's just funny to me. I just really like this overall. It is interesting to me though that the F is so much bigger than the M, you know, because they're like twin cities. You've got Fargo, North Dakota, and then Moorhead, Minnesota, right over the border there. You know, I don't know why the F is just like so gigantic over the M. I know this team actually plays in Fargo specifically, so maybe that's why, but you know, if you're gonna be like a twin city kind of like Fargo hyphen Moorhead sort of thing, it's weird that the F is just so much bigger. But I will say it does have a really nice balance overall though. Like you could fit this in like a perfect square essentially, but just that F being so much bigger, it's like they're just throwing shade at Moorhead, Minnesota for no reason. Overall, cool logo. All right, next up I've got the Sioux Falls Canaries. I've said this many times. I love it when the logo or the mascot or whatever has like a bat over his shoulder. It's super nonchalant. It's really cool. Personality of just like toughness already. So super cool there. And the canary himself, you know, like I would never associate a canary with being a ferocious or tough bird. And it's actually, this is the only team that I know of that's named the Canaries. If you're gonna have like a bird as a mascot, it's gonna be a hawk or a falcon, not a canary. I don't know, just anything but a canary. When you think of a canary, you would expect that like bright popping yellow, and there's plenty of that here, so that's awesome. Paired that with the blue that's going on is a really, really overall nice look. I'm super into this overall. Obviously the symmetry on it is great too. You could take this logo, fold it right in half, and it's gonna be perfectly symmetrical. I'm into that. I will say that this logo, as compared to their old one that they rebranded not that long ago, is leagues better. This is that old one. Yikes. All right, next up I've got the Kane County Cougars, and this logo looks fantastic. I've known about this team for a while because they were a minor league team up until the 2020 rebrand and, you know, minor league gutting. That's kind of a common thread for some of these logos that some of these leagues that I've ranked, is that we do see some teams that were former minor league teams, and this is one of those. And that's why this like stands out as being like so crisp and sharp, is because this was at one point like a professional minor league team with Major League Baseball affiliation. And it's really stood the test of time. This logo is fantastic. When I got into minor league baseball around like 2010 or so, I remember this team by their old logo, which was always like odd, but somehow like stuck with me. I never really liked it, but I always felt drawn to it at the same time. It's a weird deal.
Dude, put that thing away. They're like children here.
But they came up with this one a few years ago, and it's really nice. The colors on it are great. Super tough looking cougar with that bat on his shoulder, super into that. And I've always liked it. I love those trees in the background. That color of blue that they're silhouetted against is gorgeous. Really clean logo, nice looking shield kind of thing in the background. And I love the texturing on the word cougar. It kind of has like little like hairs and things like splitting off of it. Like the logo or the font actually matches perfectly the cougar in the background that it's representing. Overall, super sick logo. Next up, I've got the Kansas City Monarchs. Now I kind of went on like a whole spiel about a different Kansas City Monarchs of the Mid-Plains League when I ranked that video a few videos ago. I liked that logo then. I love this logo now. This specific Kansas City Monarchs is pretty awesome because this is actually partnered with the Negro League's Museum and Hall of Fame. It's in Kansas City. I visited that before. It's a gorgeous display of history. If you're ever in Kansas City, that can't be missed. That's like a must stop. This logo is incredible for that reason, that way to like preserve history. It's so strong on its own. You know, even if you take away like the historical aspect of borrowing the Kansas City name, I have absolutely nothing negative to say about this at all. Just the ones coming ahead of it are ones that are like a little bit better. So starting off our top 5, I've got the Gary SouthShore Railcats. What an incredible logo. The amount of energy and action and motion in this logo. We've got this cat that's just all wound up swinging this bat that's like a beam for a railroad track. He's got this huge motion to it. There's this build-up that's really exciting and it captures a lot of energy. The expression on his face is great too. He looks like genuinely tough and fierce. You know, the colors are pretty interesting too. It's got like these subtle shades of green and red, which always looks so nice together. The one thing that's kind of bringing it down for me that I can't quite unsee is that his arm is so massive as compared to like his face. And I just wish they made his face a little bit bigger, his head a little bit bigger, so that like maybe it was overlapping the arm a little bit. I don't think we need to see that much arm. It's a weird ratio there and it's kind of bugging me, but beyond that, I love this logo. All right, next up I've got the Lake County Dockhounds. There's a lot of little details in this logo as well, all of which are phenomenal. So Louie is actually the name of this team's mascot, and so we've got Louie written on the bat, which I didn't read anywhere specifically, but like in my interpretation, it kind of works as like a double meaning with Louisville Slugger being the bat. I don't know, could be. I love his fishing hat. I love the lures and bobbles that are going on. The bat on his shoulders and the baseball in his mouth give this like really laid back, chill vibe to it, which like he's a fishing dog. It should have a laid back, chill vibe. I love the script of Dockhounds with like the pier on either side kind of encapsulating it in. It's a really nice way to kind of just tie everything together with this big circle in the background, the water splashing up from the bottom. I don't necessarily love the baseball popping out of the water, replacing the O in the word hounds. I don't know why, it's a little thing that I'm complaining about. Beyond that, I think everything looks great. I have no reason to dislike it. I just don't, but I love everything else. Everything else is super sick. Love this logo. Starting off our top 3, I had to go with the Milwaukee Milkmen. God, this is so clean and so crisp. It's just all just a black silhouette and just white going on. So two colors that work really, really nice together. Because this is a silhouette, we don't really have much to work on, but we can see his cap and his bow tie clear as day. Like two really kind of fun, like old school looking touches, you know, so it's a really unique name for one, but then to have like the stylization for what comes to mind when you're thinking like old school milkmen is really funny. It's just a really cool, simple, easy logo. And I think in this case, less is more. You know, we've seen logos in the past that are just super detailed, too many things going on that just create like clashing chaos. This couldn't be any more simple of a logo. Again, overall, super clean, super crisp. I love the font for Milkmen. I love the font for Milwaukee across the top there. I actually feel like this could be cleaned up maybe a little bit better without Milwaukee up there at top, but overall, this is so clean and crisp. It's just beautiful. This is so nice. Well done, Milwaukee Milkmen. Interesting name, sick logo. At number 2, we're gonna take a trip up north for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. This is again another example of like less is more. This looks phenomenal. I really like the font choice for Winnipeg and Goldeyes. It's just like a clean, simple, crisp looking font. The main element here is a G for Goldeyes, and it's got an actual like Goldeye fish there at the bottom in gray. And I really like too how the Goldeye has like, you know, his again, tail or fin or whatever is kind of curled. And the top part of that G does the same to kind of complement that top and bottom of like the little twist in there is super nice. It's just like a super clean touch. The shadows here look great. We do see some stitching there above the Goldeye itself so that we can like, just to better solidify that this is a baseball team. And they gave the fish a golden eye. I've seen a number of Canadian baseball teams. This is easily the best one that I've seen so far. I'm also just gonna give a moment of silence for 2 old logos that the Winnipeg Goldeyes have used because they're both equally awesome. All right, we're 11 teams in, got 1 to go. That leaves our number 1 spot if you're keeping score at home with the Chicago Dogs. I just don't even know where to start with this logo. So I'll go with probably like the most obvious thing here in that you're naming your team after like a staple food item of the city, which is awesome. The hot dog is prominently featured up front with a baseball in the background. Boom, we know we're looking at a baseball team and we're looking at a hot dog, and I'm getting hungry just shooting this video. The font looks great, the symmetry is fantastic. Our biggest thing in here is that this logo is 100% just kind of riffing off of the flag of Chicago, which is arguably the best flag of any US city. There are some cities that can make a case. Washington, DC is one of them. San Antonio, Texas is not one of them, but with this flag being so iconic and such a brand and identity to the city of Chicago, using it for your logo is genius. There's really not a whole lot more I could say about this. This photo just kind of speaks for itself. It's so sick. This is so badass. Dude, I don't even like hot dogs and suddenly I'm craving a hot dog right now. This is phenomenal. Well done, Chicago Dogs. That's what's up. Just making a quick editor's note here as I'm finishing up this video here at night. My card kind of ran out while I was doing the outro. So just wanted to say real quick, appreciate you guys. Be sure and like, subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below, let me know what was your favorite. I'm always down for suggestions and everything as far as different logos to talk about or leagues to rank and that kind of thing. So once again, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking around watching this video. It's been a lot of fun to make. Catch you in the next one.